to this special and unique presentation, free flow, open discussion around the education in Indonesia. So I'm Jordan. I'm the founder owner of Nebula. So here we are like a space for entrepreneurs. So business owners, founders, and investors. So yeah, it's like a co-working space, and we have spaces for rent, but we're full actually at the moment. So, but we're here today for the presentation with Anastasia. And so, as you're probably aware, the education industry is growing at the moment. It's in Indonesia, and it's growing in it's growing in all different directions. So there's lots of different unique insights that Anastasia will be delivering. And so she helps investors set up their schools, and we'll also be hearing from Alex from Bali Business Consulting later, who speaks about visas, company incorporation, and buying and leasing land. So these kinds of questions should be towards Alex. And the lovely Anastasia, she's like a ninja between schools, investors, and the governments. So if you want someone to find out a way to help set up a school or be involved in the education industry, then she's your right-hand woman. And she's been working in the industry for 8 years. And let's give her a warm welcome. But yeah, you feel free. Do you know how it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yep.
Thank you, Jordan. This is not my computer, but this is my computer, Jordan. Thank you very much. So, as Jordan mentioned, my name is Anastasia Andin. I'm a school consultant. I actually prefer my title as a investor's bestie, but school consultant also okay. I help because I've been working in the school industry for 8 years. I started with international school in Semarang, back in my hometown, called Semarang International School, and then I moved to Bali, worked for Montessori School Bali for 4 years there, and then I decided to open my own firm as a school consultant. And here I am, and I'm very happy with my position. Gotta help people. Yeah, education has been my passion. That's why I'm really into education, and sometimes I feel like Indonesian governments should change the curriculum a little bit here and there. And I'm just glad that I have that, voice that can, they can hear me out. That's all. And let me find my presentation first. I will send you a copy of this later on. So, as I mentioned, I also help not only the investors to set up a school here in Indonesia, not only Bali, but also schools that already exist in Indonesia. If they want to change their license, for example, if they want to expand their program, they get to the primary or the next level, they normally go to me, or just the lobby and negotiation with the government if the license just takes forever to be processed. And I'm just going to let you know this is the first thing that you have to know as a, what kind of educations that are available in Indonesia. And I know that some, normally people come here, they want to set up the school, but very unclear about what can or cannot do here in Indonesia, because we have the whole different regulations than any other country, And we have formal education and non-formal actually. The formal education, it goes from the kindergarten, which is 5 to 6 year old, primary, as you know, 6 to 9, and then the secondary, 6 to 12 before the primary, and then 12 to 15, and then the high school 15 to 18 or 17. And then we have college and university. The formal education has to fall under yayasan, which is foundation. And maybe some of you already know that foundation cannot make profit on the paperwork. So, so it's going to be, and the yayasan has to be set under or have 6 members of Indonesian nationality. If you are a foreign investor and if you don't have a kitas yet, you have to find other 5 Indonesian, for example. So it takes a big commitment to do this, and it's our job to explain to you the whole process. And then, but it's still doable. We'll get back to that later. I'm going to mention the non-formal education first. There are like daycare, course, camp, training center, learning center, and special needs school. So for the non-formal education, apart from the special needs, they can fall under the profit, which is PT, local company, or PMA, the foreign investment. But the foreign investment, the license will issued by the Ministry of Education. So with the local company, the license or the process normally stop and then get issued by the local government, Bali government, while the PMA or the foreign investment goes more. So it takes longer in a way. And okay, so wait 1 second. Anybody have any question for now? With the formal or non-formal? Before I go through the whole process? Could you repeat
Again, the 3 kinds for the non-formal, you say PMA,
PT? Yeah, PT is the local investment. That is the foreign one. We can help all. Any company, any foundation that need to be set up, we can guide you through that process. Alright. With the formal education, with the kindergarten, primary, secondary, high school, college, university, you have to follow the whole national curriculum of Indonesia. And then I actually forget to mention the international school here. Apologize. But our government changed this whole process that you cannot just jump to get the international school license anymore. You have to be the national schools first and then have the grade. So for example, if you open a primary, you have to grade with the grade 6 students, at least one, and then apply for accreditation, and then after get the A mark on accreditation, you apply for the international schools license. That's why international schools license, if I mention it to a client, it takes how long, Anastasia? Well, it depends. It can be 1 year if you have grade 6 students already. It can take like 6 years, depends. But there's always a way we can give like a scholarship, for example. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 6 ready to graduate. So that one it takes like 1 year already. Accreditation, I can, once I make sure that all the teachers, all the staff are ready, I can apply for that accreditation and then apply for the international school license. It's a thing. Same things as any level here, they normally have accreditation every 6 years. So the government will check the minimum standard of the education there. So that's what make it more complicated for some, but we are here to help again, so don't worry. The non-formal education, they don't really have, unless for the special needs one, the government normally do application. Apart from that, they don't. As long as you do good reporting and stuff. Normally government wants once a year reporting, like how many students are you still, going and everything. With the formal education, this is the good thing with formal education because your license lasts for 6 years. So it's longer than the non-formal one. Non-formal one they normally give for 3 years and then you have to renew. But from daycare, they now have a new regulations. It lasts forever. Yeah, that's why daycare right at the moment is very growing, and I find and I feel that it's a good start if you want to be in the education industry. When you are decided to be in the education industry, you decided to build a community because it doesn't actually just stop there. It goes until the primary. After like daycare, children going, oh, I want to do the primary, but I don't want to move because I like your program. Then you have to think to expand, and then you have to think, okay, maybe I should purchase Cambridge or something else. Then you're thinking of building the whole family and community, not only studying there. So daycare is really good. It's really popular at the moment because of the whole pandemic. People change too. They want their children, well, for the small one, during the pandemic, they're planning, okay, I don't want my kids to study online, I want them to, have hands-on. For example, I want to, take care that, apply the Montessori program, for example, they already plan ahead. So.
Mrs. Tanch, can you elaborate a little bit what falls under the course? Like there is
yeah.
and
Good question.
What exactly is it?
Yeah, thank you, Elena. So the course can be English course, for example, cooking course as well. So some short-term program that lasts for example, only for 3 months, and then they get the certificate. That's a course.
What kind of certificate you're talking about?
The certificate from the school, actually, not from the government. We're talking about the certificate given or issued by the company.
So that means non-formal education can be injected in formal education partially?
In terms of giving certificate, you mean?
Well, does it like if it can exist in like the course can be injected in formal education somehow, or it's completely different?
It's completely different work. For example, I'm an Indonesian parent, just to say this way, and I have a plan that my kid goes to daycare, but then after that I want to apply in some public school here in Indonesia. So they need, for Indonesian students, they need a unique number from the government. So that's why you might find Indonesian parents are very specific with that, or very, like, okay, I have to filter which one can give the NESN, it's called, the unique number from the government, so they can actually continue, especially with the primary, because this is important with the national exam, and then they get the certificate from the government, so they can continue to the university, national. So, but with the non-formal, we don't give certificate from the government, right? So it depends on what market are you aiming, and you see if you find a location of your school. Okay, I like Kumalas. What Kumalas look like? What parents, and then how many tourists are coming. So do your research, and we can help. Thanks. Does that answer you?
So it will be international certificate or not?
Sorry.
So it will be international or not certificate for our child to take it. So, for example, we are living 2 years here and we want to move to another country. So I can show those on a.
Yes, you can. Yeah. It's still recognizable, especially with the daycare.
Yeah.
But with the primary level, for example, you want to enroll your kid to Perth primary.
Yeah,
So they
because-
are Perth High School, for example. They normally, okay, I want a Cambridge certificate or something like that. That's the higher education. But with the report that we give as a camp, for example, we say like, like the whole report of math, of their English is, it's just a matter of the legal, like for my work. But that's my job. That's going to be my next slide. Will be Alex. But that's a good question.
And
So still, it's still recognizable.
So you can actually help us research and understand our learning and that we want.
Yes. That's our job to guide you through the whole thing. If you have any obstacle, you have to let us know. I keep mentioning that to my clients because otherwise I won't know what's happening with you and then the project stops. And then I don't want that. Because every project that we deal with, every project that I carry my name with the government as well. They always ask me, okay, Anastasia, these clients, what are they doing? So I need to update them as well. It's my responsibility. And I'm very, very happy to see my clients, growing. Of course. That's my goal. Thanks, Lily, is my support. That's such a great job. I know that. Go. All right. Any other question?
Yeah, I do have a question about
Sorry.
formal license.
Yeah.
Do you need a separate license for primary, secondary, and high school?
Yes.
Or is it all on one license?
No, it gone through under one umbrella, which is a foundation, but different license. Every level given because with the government we have Department of Education in primary, we have the Department of Education in high school. They go into the different actual deal with each, and then each will, giving you the license.
Question for the non-formal education. Does the government cap the capacity of those programs or centers to a specific number because they are not considered formal education?
No, do you mean like they limit the numbers in certain area?
Correct.
They don't. They see if they like to see, the government like to see if one daycare or one course very close to each other. They would love to see the collaboration and helping the community is the main thing for them. Did you raise your hand, Jordan?
I was just, maybe it'll be further in the presentation, but how long does it take to get the license? Yeah, there we go.
So this is the 3-step process. We, of course, we provide service. We want it to be as simple, for the clients. They don't get the headache. We take over your headache. Okay. So the first one will be with the business consultant. I have my partner, Bali Business Consulting, here. Their work will be like the company setup, and then the degree from the notary. NPWP is the tax number for the company. OSS is the online single submission, which is like the one place, not really one place. Online for the company to be registered from the government. And then KBLI is the Unicode for any business activity that you do with the school. If kindergarten, they have different code for that, primary, they have different code. And then the location of the school, and also for the office, the Bali Business Consulting can help with that. And then after all the Bali Business Consulting work done, it's jumping to my work. I help with the curriculum and then coordination with the government, starting from Banjar, if it's in Bali, village, region, and education department, and the school readiness for the visit, because after we submit everything, the government will check to the spot. Like they do some verification, they check the lesson, they want to meet the teachers, and they just. But I will be there too. I normally, be with the government too. They explain to them what kind of program and then while we running it, how many kids. They just do some verification and then license. And then after my work is just the government work. As I mentioned, document verification, all paperwork, visit, and the license. How long does it take? Well, it normally takes 3 to 6 months, but that's for the local company set up, kind of like school. If it's a foreign investment or PMA, it takes longer because then I have to submit it to the Minister of Education in Jakarta. And it takes time because they want us to be in the line with the regulations. They normally ask me to please revise this paper. That's my job, and then I keep the client updated. What's what's so hard. Every region they have different regulations. Sorry, I cry, but. For example, you open in Gianyar, it's going to be different than Badung. And, Gianyar government, they require the IMB, like the building permits number. So, the other government, they're very relaxed because they understand now it's different regulation, it's called different, it's called PBG now. And it's totally different and it doesn't, really merit with the education regulations anymore. So that's okay. If you're not in the social culture line, for example, or zone, you're also okay as long as, if the community need it. For example, you open in Babakan, okay, Babakan need one high school, that's fine. I mean, that's my job to communicate with them, to introduce myself, introduce the company, introduce the school to the Banjar village, to the region, and to the education department. However, the high it gets to the God if it's necessary. I'll do it. Okay. For the company setup, Alex later can explain. It doesn't take long time to set that up, as long as. So it normally goes like this. The client have this idea to open a school to bring some curriculum like Cambridge or Ivy or something like that. It goes to the Bali Business Consulting or to me, and then we set up a meeting. Then I, guide them. Okay, for that maybe you should open a local PT instead of the foreign investment or not yayasan. And then if the clients agree, and then we're going to send some proposal or quotes, and then go from there. So always talk to us. That's the main key. Okay. Things before you start. Contact me, and you have to have this clear vision and mission. What's the drive for you to open a school? What's your okay, I want to help the community because I see, this area needs some good education and I can provide. Or I see that the online education is growing, so I want to create one. So what's your mission? And I have to understand. Then I can guide you. And then what's your target means that what's your market target? Like, I want the 6 to 7 year old only anesthesia, and okay. But I want the non-formal one. I don't need the national certificate. Then you go for a camp, for example. And then the curriculum. Because I have the whole, the master document of curriculum. That's what the clients just need to get the teacher ready for me, so I can work with them for the curriculum, syllabus, even the timetable, what it should look like for it to be good in the government eye. That's the goal here. We just still align with the whole standard on the goal. Doesn't mean that we have to follow the national standard, but as long as, okay, the goal for the child, if they are 5, they can do math of the, plus, minus, and then we follow that. But we have a different approach, which is Montessori. Then we say that on the paperwork so the government will understand, so I can, present to them, okay, this is what we're doing, this is why we're so different, and we see this as an opportunity in this area because we don't have anything like this. And then the location. So if you arrive in Bali and then, okay, I like Ubud, I want to open something like that. I just want it, to be clear which location first. Then I know this is, I know which government do I deal with, and then what's good, what's not good in that area as well.
So did I understand correct that you only specialized in Bali only?
No, I also
Or
do
any other islands?
any other island, which is Java. So Java and Bali. I don't
Java
have.
and Bali.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to open in Kalimantan? I also offer for that.
I've been living in Lombok, so that's why I have a
Yeah.
lot of Lombok experience. So that's why it is different here. So that's why.
Yeah. But that's a good question. The opportunity of opening a school, it's not only in Bali. Indonesia have this campaign of investor friendly this year. So that's interesting. Okay, where do you guys, like the investor? I mean, our project of Nusantara, the new capital of Indonesia, that's lots of investment, the foreign one going on there. So that's also an opportunity in Nusantara later on. And then, but the whole area, I went to even the small town in Java, in Solo, they also have this campaign. So we are very, open for any foreign investment, and then they make it easy in a way. So Lombok is good, Sanur is good, and Sumba, the future, Nusantara, Kalimantan is big, Surabaya also good, yeah. Sumbawa is good, I love Sumbawa, it's beautiful, yeah. They only have one international school there, it's inside the mining, and that's only for the miners' family. It's very, very interesting. Okay, and then the teachers. Why do I mention teachers first here? Because this is very important. This is people that you need to hire first instead of other staff, maybe housekeeping, maybe the staff of administration. That's like that. Because teachers are the most important. Unless you already are a teacher, then you know how to work. If you are an investor, better to hire teachers first. Then to hire us first, sorry, then teachers number 2. Number 2. Okay, and then talk to a legal consultant, talk to the Bali business consulting. At the moment, I only partner with them. So if you go on to another agent, they will misdirect you sometimes, because I find this few cases that a client that's already set up something, and then the agent say, okay, I want to open a school. Maybe the client wasn't clear, or there's no expert in the agent team. They said, okay, you have to open a yayasan, but they already set up a company. So there's another cost. Budgeting is very important when you do business. So I don't agree on that. And then I jump in, which is they already messed up. You have yayasan, you have company, and I need to fix it. So always come to the right person. The 5-year plan is just, I want to know, you don't have to put it on paper, I just need to know what you're planning in the future so I can guide you clearly. I mean, if your 5-year plan, okay, I want in the future to be international school. At the moment, I want just a small group of 3 years old. So I don't just open a daycare for you. I need to know, okay, so maybe start with the kelompok bermain, which is like a play group that's formal. So you can go to the international school license. and it won't be hard. Then they can go to international school classes. Okay, and then the fee is the school fee for the parents. You need to work it out after you know the whole prices, in the consulting, the setup of the company, the rent for the land, the building, and everything else. Then you can set up the school fee, and then you can go to the human resource, which is hiring more staff, and then work on that. Any question? Will I bring? Fatih? No question?
Not
Why?
yet.
No bestie, yeah.
What approximately the salary of a teacher here in Indonesia?
Which teacher?
No, for example, how many teachers you need for a group? For example, primary school, like
Okay.
maths, English, or
Okay.
it's only one teacher can do those jobs.
Yeah, primary level still consider, like the small children, so only need one classroom teacher. With the high school or with the secondary, you start with the science, the English, the math,
Yeah.
which are very specific teachers. So that means more higher. That's it. How much? Depends. Indonesian teachers, it's at the moment you follow the whole regulations. If you hire in Indonesia, always check the minimum wage regulations. At the moment, Bali is 3.1. Badung. Okay. And then,
That for you teacher. Yeah. That's more. For you teacher.
for assistant classroom, yeah, Lilis. So that's the lowest.
No, it's lowest, because normally.
That's the
because
lowest, but yeah, you have, yeah.
you know.
But you have to see what kind of degree they have to.
Yeah.
You cannot just hire you for 300.
But normal salary, for example.
Normal?
How much it costs for me if I want to teach people.
Very qualified teacher
Yeah.
under education.
If international,
degree.
it should be
Oh
good
yeah.
degree.
Yeah, international.
So how much it costs approximately?
Assistant teacher last time, minimum 6 million.
6 million.
Yeah. For train and you don't have the degree. Indonesia.
It's 5 days and 8 hours a day, huh?
Yeah.
And you,
Don't ask about the expat teachers. Well, yeah, but the expat, they normally expert. They have the very high qualification.
starting from 2,000 to 3,000, how much for a spot? You ask a good question. Sound approximately interesting.
I don't know what's at the moment because my last one, around that.
Around 2,000, yeah? To
More,
6,000.
I think now more.
I can add to that. If you're in an international school,
Yeah.
it's around $3,000 to $4,000.
Okay.
But if you are a smaller group, it's usually around like 1,000 to 2,000 a month for an expat teacher.
How many hours? It's,
Usually teaching is around 15 to 20 hours a week with
Oh.
prep.
yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Alex. Matil, do you want to sit here? Oh, yes, sorry. Okay. Any other question about money?
It's after.
That's good. That's really good. All right. This is the 3 common mistake, as I mentioned. Contacting the wrong person, they can direct you or misleading you to the wrong direction, which is either you spend more than what you budgeted, or just a whole different complication later on in the future in changing license or expanding the school. And then lack of market research and financial planning. This is very important in business, and I don't think I should talk more than that. And then non-trained staff. So hiring and finding the right team, you have to make sure that your vision and mission goes to the team as well, so they understand what you're aiming. That's very important. And not you can find so many training programs here in Indonesia or even online that you can, for the staff as a professional development. I also provide training, but for the management, not for the teacher. For teaching staff, I can direct you to which one should you get, online or offline, if I know or hear something, if I create something, because I need the expert to actually teach them, right? I'm not the expert in the teaching. So then I will inform you. But make sure at least they have like the minimum qualification that license need. The primary level is actually easy because somebody with the English degree can also teach in an international school. But the higher the level, the more difficult or more qualification will be needed. Okay. Let's be in touch. If you
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Approximately, can we calculate how many should put in money and what my interest in the future from 3 or 5 years? For example, now I put $500,000 for 3 years. I get 1 million. Can I make a small calculation about interesting how much we put, invest? Now it will be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. But
Yes,
I'm not
yes.
going to spill it here. I can give the whole number when the return of investment will be how much money should I put to open this one, and when the school can return it when I actually make profit. I can give you the whole information. I can give you the investment proposal as well. Just talk to us, just come to us, and we'll let you know.
Yes, it will be interesting. Get some proposal, shows numbers, or some business model, because yes, I think you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Please text me.
No, it's
Email Alexia and also here. Yeah.
Small.
We are
Are these only for like physical locations, or are there schools that are just online?
good question. Yeah, I'm going to ask it. So online education, I can also provide the license. It goes the same, but with the online education, you don't need the whole classroom to be set up. You can just set up an office. For example, okay, I want to set up an office at Nebula where I just have my teachers going to be online from their home, but I have here one, like management staff. So with the online education, there are 2 licenses. One with the education department, one with the Cominfo, what is it? The Communication and Information Department. So you will get the license, so they will not close your
And you
website.
still need syllabus and all this.
I do.
No, you still need online education to provide syllabus.
Yes, yes, you do. But it's not that because the online, well, it's going to be look a little bit different, but yeah, it's still the same syllabus. Syllabus, you have to provide the timetable as well to other teachers.
What was the question?
Do you have to provide the syllabus like the curriculum? Yes, you do. Because we're still dealing with the education.
So it's not really easier.
You want easy? But you're with me, I'll make it easy. Yeah. What is easier with online education? Where you don't have to place big buildings. You just have to have an office. Yeah. And make sure that I will like explain very well what the whole program, what kind of domain you use. So I can check where's the server, what can my job is just to convince government that you are good, and that's it.
I have a question.
Yep.
My English is not very good, but I think
Okay.
yeah. How many international schools do you have in Bali? And how is the market of school in Bali?
In Bali,
Yeah.
in Bali we have
Or Indonesia in general?
Indonesia we have last time 357.
International school.
Yeah. In Bali we have 34. The one that actually hold the international license, and there are still more coming. The market for international schools, well, there is a market, but I think with the second home visa coming, it's very, very good opportunity for the non-formal education. The formal education, some investor get, okay, it takes time to get ready because there is a minimum size of the land, minimum size of the building. It has to fall under yayasan, as I mentioned it before, so it gets more complicated in that area. And with the second home visa, they go back and forth in their country. They cannot really, because some of the international school, I want you to enroll for 2 years. And that's not possible for, like some people. They prefer, okay, I want this activity, maybe I enroll you for 1 term and then I'm going to move to Germany for a bit and then come back here. I think this, kind of education actually provides what they need. The market is good for the international school, and there's another way to bring Cambridge here.
What are the requirements of the land and building for formal school?
For formal school, for
International.
For international, for international, for the primary, minimum 1,000 square meter, I think, for the
One
field.
hectare.
Yeah.
1,000 square meter.
1 hectare, how much? How many
So it's
square meter is that?
I don't think this building is 600 square meters. So probably more. Not
Oh yeah, 1,000, sorry, not 1 hectare. 1 hectare is the whole level if you want to open in one place, but for the primary, 1,000.
It's for how many people? It's also 1,000 square meters.
For 6th class, we still follow the national school standard, so one class you can fit until 30 students. With international school, normally only 15. And 2 teachers every classroom. Primary. One lead teacher, one assistant. Normally goes like that. And then for the physical education, you have another teacher. But oh yeah, thank you for reminding me about international school. There are 3 subjects that you have to teach or to follow with the international school. Religion, Bahasa Indonesia, of course, and so I can't remember what's the other one. PKN. It's a civic, like
subject.
So my strategy before, because it's just ridiculous to hire 5 teachers for the religion full time for the international. So it's just what sort of religion? Whatever you. I know, right? For Indonesians, students with the Indonesian nationality, they have the right to get the religion lessons, and you have to provide it at the school. That's what the government is saying. So, whatever religion, for example, you only have Hindu, Buddhist, and Catholic, then you have to provide those 3. You have all 6, apparently with Confucian, you have to provide 6. So it doesn't make any sense for the international school to hire them and then the lesson is just once a week.
Sorry, if we don't have any religion lesson in our school, we only have what you want to teach is like respect for something like that. It's not for accreditation.
Yes, it's for accreditation.
So you just need to label them as a religion subject.
Yeah. What I did last time was ask the government for help. I need a religion teacher, but only for 2 hours a week. Can you make somebody come from the public school to my school? And I pay for that. And the government help me and provide me the teachers.
But yeah, can you make like a freelance
Yeah.
contract?
Yeah. This is very important for for accreditation. Otherwise, they can take out your license.
You can also do online teachers too.
Yeah, we can have online teacher as long as she provide the syllabus and then submit it to government that we do this. So that's okay.
Okay. And go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Rock, paper, scissors. Okay, Fatih.
But j'aimerais te parler en français, mais c'est pas possible. You can cut on this. You cannot cut on this. You have to provide the region course.
Yeah. Yes, you have.
So Islam, Catholic,
Yeah.
Buddha.
As many as you got, like the Indonesian students, if you only have Hindu students, then she or he is Indonesian, then you only provide lunch.
Also in international school. Yeah.
It's mandatory,
Okay.
sadly.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I cannot cut, even with my power. I cannot cut that.
I know I'm just asking as a teacher, part. Many schools in Indonesia, especially right now, like in Bali, I saw many schools not ready when they want to do accreditation. Suddenly, people come to school, you need to get this one, blah, 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 paper. And then we have no idea what to do as a teacher, actually. That's why, how to get ready when you want to build a school, really? Because us as a teacher, we come to school, we know your curriculum properly, like really well. But behind that, we don't have this, we don't have this, it's like that. It's kind of confusing, even though we are a local, really like struggling a lot, because I know how government wants actually that. They want local teacher to be blah, blah, blah. Beside that, you know that so well, right? So, in your eyes, like, what do you think about that? So the school like prepare like from the beginning they have to know this, they have to know.
Yeah.
The teacher, can train well.
Yeah. Good,
You are-
thank you, Liz.
thank
I
you.
know, accreditation is just, the assessors stay in Montessori 2 days until 10 p.m. when they did the accreditation. It's crazy. It's very serious, by the way, because you have to get an A as an international school, otherwise, the license can be taken out. More dramatic. How to get ready is the report to the government is very important to have a right leader or just some the head of administrator in the school is the correct way, because she or he can then direct you with the government report is the start, actually, because then our government with accreditation, they want their template. Not everybody else says, I want this template. You cannot just do something else to be able to get an A, and that's fair. They are very strict on that. Start that work because you have the whole 6 years before the accreditation happening. So get tidy. I provide that training too. I can also help with accreditation. If it's last minute, okay, I have accreditation next year, can you help me, Anastasia? I can help. But it's better to be tidy since the beginning, that's true. Put everything on your server or, like Google Drive, anything, and then last time the government wanted the hard copy, but I don't think they want it anymore now. They changed, they want to just soft copy, make sure it's ready per article, because with the accreditations, the standard national is very quick. You have to read the whole article and then get organized, and then you'll be good. And then they want to talk to the teacher, how do you actually do this lesson, and that's also important, interview. Get organized.
For you, with your experience, what is the best level to start a business on education? primary school, higher school, university, and college?
Daycare. Start from the baby.
Okay.
They need education
Okay.
for the rest of his life. No, I'm joking. I mean, after you open a daycare and then you have a very solid community, the parents that want to stay, they normally ask you to open primary school. And that's how it goes. It goes a long way.
I'm more curious not from the business perspective, but from the teaching perspective. For example, I do teach sometimes in few universities in Russia and in Europe. I'm lecturing as well. And when I came to Indonesia, so I approached in a couple of universities, and now I teach business schools and universities. And people told me like it's not possible here. Like you need to be a real certified professor, like all kind of licenses in Indonesia in order to stand in and share or teach or open your mouth or something. So is it true?
No. Who said that? No, that's not true.
I mean, language was taught to me. Language is one of the main issues, of course. Like it's for mainly
Yeah.
international students. So, but still, people told me like it's not that easy as anywhere else in the world. So,
True. You have to hold the professor. You have to have, you are as the professor, not only master degree, that will be better. But to be able to teach, they're not only having the, regular classes, which is like, okay, economic one-on-one, for example. That's like, they also have like open class. You just drop in for, one time.
yeah, that's exactly like I'm also not, let's say, a regular, let's say, teacher or lecturer in business school. I'm coming from the business perspective, so I'm coming from the real, let's say, hands-on experience with students to work with, not the theory.
Oh,
That's the whole
okay.
idea, yeah. So real cases, scenarios that I actually step in, and that's where I work with the students or MBAs or whatever. So, but I was told here is not that case. Like,
That's not always the case, but you can actually. So with the hands-on experience, I want to share my knowledge kind of stuff in the university setting. Just email them. Be
but
proactive.
to who? Like
To the head of
generally it's always.
We call it rector.
Because people told me here that's all, and I know the culture in Indonesia. It's a very relationship-based culture. So people should know you, that people know you can introduce you to another someone, and then that can be only the door can be open. Is it true?
Well, yeah, I agree with that because the one that. But people can also get to know who you are or what you do, how amazing you are by your portfolio. You can let them know, email them if you don't know anyone. The rector is the lead of every university called rector. So also rector in English. Dean. Yeah. Is it? Well, I'm not sure, Erna. Okay,
Just
so
a principle.
Yeah, just email them and let them know, hey, I'm here in Indonesia, I want to share. Would that be possible? And then wait to hear from them. If you want Udayana, we can help. But only Udayana in Bali. Yeah, that's my suggestion to be proactive. Yeah, I once invited in the Sanata Dharma University with Jan Daphne, the principal of Montessori School Bali. Jan will be representing the whole Montessori system and how we fit in the country in Indonesia, and I representing the whole license and management challenge in a way. So yeah, I also have that contact. Just be in touch.
If you're, let's say I'm developing a curriculum actually that I want to give to whatever these levels, like daycare or course or these other learning centers or something like that. But I'm actually designing curriculum in school. So how would that work legally or yeah, Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we need because with the international schools or English speaking, they always purchase Cambridge ID because it's easy. It's really easy. But they got all over our government, like green curriculum as well. Is there anybody from green school here? No? Okay, green curriculum is not verified by the government. So that's the step that you need to take.
Verified from the government.
Yeah, verified. Make them recognize in the curriculum and then it's aligned with the whole national standard goals.
Okay.
Then when you got it verified, the government recognizes you under a company, a PT, or PMA, then sell.
Okay. And then it's also, it also includes like how to train the teachers too, so it's like,
Yeah, yes, that's what Cambridge didn't provide. They only do the 3 days training before, and then that's it. You can, bring the Cambridge as long as you purchase from how many students in the school, 150, okay, this much, and that's it. I mean, our ministry, they don't really like that kind of setup. They want the teachers to be trained fully for at least, a year, so you can get the professional certificate and also train. It's also good for our Indonesian teachers because we need that professional development.
yes. Cool.
That's going to be amazing. Actually, yeah. We need that. I tried to build one, but since I'm not a teacher, it's not good. That's it. I want to work with there's a new curriculum from Singapore. It focus on the social emotional intelligence. And I think for the small children, we really need that. That's the most important part.
Can you repeat that?
I've been in contact and wanted to work together with one new curriculum from Singapore. They're focusing on the social emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Yeah, with I want to really label it with care, something care. Because you care for yourself, you care for the environment, you care for other people, and that's what children need.
Yes.
A little bit Montessori. Yeah. Okay. Any other question before we jump to the Alex, the business consultant, with the legal, with some serious stuff?
I think just one more, sorry.
Okay.
So like, could you give everybody, we're all probably part of the formal or the informal, what do you feel right now, what is the government really wanting and looking for? Like in general, if you could just what do they want? What do they like? What are they looking from us?
They really need help. Seriously. At the moment, our curriculum is changing from the 2013. We call it K13, which like since 2013 we use that. But now our new minister, Nadiem, I really like him. He's the Gojek guy. Anyway. He's graduating from Harvard. I love him. So anyway, it's very bright. So he wants to change this. That's why he made this. I know the Merdeka Belajar curriculum, which is freedom of learning translated. And when I read it, it's so Montessori. So they want that for our children. They want that. I know it's very big. I got so it's very exciting, but then it takes time. Imagine we have so many remote areas. How are we going to train our teachers there? Alright? Yeah. It starts from here. It starts from the big cities first, and then we spread it. And they need that kind of education that align with Merdeka Belajar, freedom of learning, and so on. Respect the students. Before, the focus always on the teacher. This is my syllabus. This is how I teach, and then you read, you write, and now the focus goes to the students. Okay, what's the most we need? Okay, let's stick up. Let's stick there. So that's why no more national exam. it's very exciting.
So anything that can contribute, so they're trying to learn about what is freedom of learning.
Like they are pretty overwhelmed with the teacher training at the moment. Yeah, because even the expert, somebody in education who is retired, they can also still share the knowledge. They're not really capable of this method. The freedom of learning is pretty new.
I know you didn't mention this, but do you happen to also work with the homeschool community? Like, because the homeschool community, we need the MDF as well. And like, as far as I know, now we have to be in a PKBM, but is it possible that we can do it without the PKBM since no more ujian nasional?
Again, there is no ujian nasional, but they call it AKM now, where the grade 5 just taking some exercise, assessment. But no, they removed the homeschooling license since 2020. So no more homeschool license unless I'm going to direct you guys to the homeschool, because that's not PKBM. PKBM is the kelompok belajar, which is like a learning center, but for kejar paket, how do you say, for children who cannot afford school or something like that, for Indonesia mostly. So no, you cannot get, depends on what you want and need. If you aiming for your students to get the national certificate, ijazah, then go for PKBM. If not, homeschooling is not illegal if it's taught by parents, or parents want, like the children to be okay. I follow one teacher and then that's still okay. But again, if the child is Indonesian and want to go to the higher education, they still need the national certificate, ijazah, then we need to register for the PKBM. But they can always be arranged. Yes. Okay.
How many students or kids can be homeschooling? Like, for example, a group of parents, they got a teacher and they just homeschool 10 students.
Yeah.
If it's 11, it's really not homeschool.
Yeah,
It's
they will, like, if the government already know, they will come to you and petition.
What did you? No, what the government does, what a penalty. If government comes to you and you says, you're doing illegal stuff, so what's next?
Well, if it's an expert, they will do some technique. They always get the people sometimes with the regulation, of course, because they follow our regulations. And then I will report your class. Something heavy like that. I give you time, I give you 5 months to set up something or to enroll these children to some other schools. Yeah, but we end up communicating that, so that won't happen. Okay, I think this is the Bali Business Consulting time. I will have more time to chit chat more after this, so don't worry. Okay, Alex, after this.
My name is Alex. I'm from Bali Business Consulting. So I did the business consulting team. So we are helping people, foreigners or locals to open a company if they want to establish a business. So that's our job. And usually, sorry, I don't have the presentation. This is just a quick explanation. So when customers come to us, if they intend to open something related to the education, we always contact Anastasia because she's the expert, and because what we need to know, we need to make sure about the KDLI or classification code of these activities, because right now government divided all this activity or KDLI into some type of risk. So there is low risk business activities, middle risk business activities, and high risk business activities. And usually, all business activities related to education is under high risk business activities. So what does this mean? It means that we need to get the license in order to run these activities. If all the business activities is under low risk, it means that we get the license online. So we can make the company, and then after 1 week, we will get the license, including with the company papers. But if this business activities, including all type of applications, under high risk, it means that in 1 week, you will get the company documents, but the business is not activated yet because there is no license. So that's the job of Anastasia to help us with this license. So we always work with Anastasia to help us for our client who are looking for like business or in education field. So this is our job to help our clients to first establish the company. To establish the company, we need only 2 persons as a shareholders. So it can be foreigners or you corporate locals. So we just need 2 persons in order to open. If you want to open a daycare, for example, courses. So we just need 2 persons to open a company. And we also need to know the company name. It must be consist of 3 words. The company name, not the school name, the company name. And then we need to know the share composition, because under the regulations, because this will be a foreign investment company, because the shareholders are foreigners. Under the regulation that PMA or foreign investment companies must have minimum capital 10 million rupiah. That's the regulation on the paper actually. So because as far as I know, I never see people directly put this 10 million rupiah to the company directly when they open a company. But on the paper, it must be written 10 million rupiah. Then we already get all the information, so we can start to sign the documents in the front of the notary. And then after that, after 1 week, the documents will be ready. And then we can start with the education license according to the type of education you want to make, like daycare. Daycare, I think the code for daycare like 8, 5, 1, 3, 4 maybe. Yes, so we have to get the license for this to open the daycare. So yeah, so we help for the first time to open a company for us, and then we cooperate with Anastasia to get the license. So yeah, I think that's the quick explanation how to open a company. Yes, please.
Should all the shareholders be present in front of the notary or just only the director?
It can be if someone or one of the shareholders cannot come, we can make for you the power of attorney. So you can come for signing, and then one of your partner is not coming, we will make for him power of attorney. He or she will sign it online, so we will send the link. So we don't need to send it like on the paper. Just we send it online, and then
Even if it's the commissioner of the company?
yes, it's possible. Thank you so much. That's the quick explanation.
Thank you, Alex. Thanks, Anastasia. Has anyone here not taken a photo or gotten Anastasia's number, email? So yeah, you're obviously here for a reason. It's a pretty niche group, and yeah, Anastasia will be around for sure. The ninja to answer some questions.
Yeah, thank you. I thank Jordan so much for this amazing opportunity to be able to, create this conference. Nebula, very amazing people, and yeah, it's my ninja friend. And Bali Business Consulting, we've been working together for 1 year.
It's really cool.
Yeah, 50 years, yeah, and I'm very happy with them. They're very professional. Just come and talk to them. I believe they have some flyers to give to you as well, so you can be in touch. And also,
Just a question, please. Sorry. The 10 billion, it's only for education business or for all kind of business?
All kind of business.
You
So this is for all kind of any business, because the company will be called foreign investment company. So under the regulation, foreign investment company for any type of business, the minimum capital must be 10 billion rupees or
that's 600,000, yeah?
$600,000.
yes, please.
This for PT, sorry, for PT, yeah, PMI.
This for
PMI, yeah.
This standard value.
For PT, how much?
If you see this,
Actually, for
if you
PT, for local company, there is no under the new regulation, there is no minimum capital to open PT right now. But for this, because there is some type of like small business, middle business, and big business. If you want to categorize as a big business, it must be like 1 billion rupees. That's a capital in the company.
So those capital is held, yeah, by the government, yeah?
Yes.
Alex, can I add something here? With if you want to hire expat, you have to have a minimum.
Yeah, that's why I said if you want to hire foreigners to work in the company must have capital minimum 1 billion. Like I said, like big business.
To be able to give you kitas.
Yeah.
And so how many kitas from those so PMI and under making a PT, yeah, right? Understood. For its main company, yeah, and they can prepare PT for different businesses.
As far as in the company there is foreigners as a shareholders or PMA as a shareholders, it will be called PMA, still PMA, not the PT. PT is all the shareholders are locals. There is no foreigners.
And so for normally it's how it's opening, but anyway, yeah, you're expert. So it's one local, yeah, but they don't have any access for sign, yeah, and for another it's expat. So they're opening it like together, so they drop all those fees. Or it's
no, it's under it will be called PMA still because one of the shareholders is foreigners.
Okay.
So still 10 billion rupees.
So it is only for local.
okay, yeah.
I think Alex will be around, and so will Anastasia.
Yeah, I was.
So yeah, you're a niche group, connect with each other, we're all in the same sort of industry, and yeah, we're around to chat.
Yeah, we're around.
Thanks to Anastasia and Alex.
Thanks, Jordan. Thank you so much. If you have any more questions, please come. Let me drink first. And